everybody, and welcome back to another Rosh Reviews, where today we are in an HSV Club Sport Tourer R8, and this particular one, it's a 2010, it's the E3 LS3 up front, the exhaust, we got a 407 Walkinshaw pack on this, big cam, manual. Yeah guys, this thing, it's good. Now that's right guys, I've previously reviewed a manual VE Wagon, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link for you. You can click the pop-up banners right here. And I said in that video, the only thing that would top that is an HSV variant, and lo and behold, we're sitting in one right now. We got the manual, and this thing has been modified very nicely as well. So again, big cam, we've got a full exhaust system on this thing, intake, it's been tuned, it's a W407 pack, so this thing is now making 475 rear wheel horsepower, and with a manual box in this wagon, it is nice. And these things, guys, they're rare. You do not see these things very often, and when you do, it is really like, I gotta get my phone out, because you know, they only made 380 of these E3 Club Sport Tourer R8s, and in the manual there's even less, and in this Alto Gray with the manual they only made 8. So yeah, again guys, these things are rare. You don't see them very often. They're usually an automatic, but yeah, this right here is how you want it. Now from factory, that LS3 up front is going to be making about 317 kilowatts and about 550 newton meters. Rear wheel drive, of course, 6-speed manual, and these are a TR6060. So I believe these did get the improved gearbox over the T56, and you know, it does shift really quite nice here. This has got a heavy duty clutch now on it, and it is a bit hard to get used to. It's a lot firmer, but when you got the big cam, you're pushing the power, yeah, you'll want that. Now price, look, brand new, these things would have set you back about 70 grand. And I think that was a pretty reasonable number, you know, because you're getting this wagon, you know, you can fit the whole family in this thing, put the dog in the back if you wanted to, you know, pack up for going camping, whatever you want to do, you could basically do it in this thing with the practicality of having still 5 seats. And the fact that you still got the LS3, you still got a manual, the EDI track apps, you know, this is really just hitting home. And if you were a family man, I gotta say, this is what you should have been buying. And again, this is just having all the fun with all that practicality. And you know, with the HSV badge on this, I'm not surprised they're as rare as they are, because you know, look, a lot of people probably would have not gone down this route, but I just say why? Because, you know, again, it's just, it may be a little bit heavier. You know, these things are weighing nearly 1.9 ton. You know, it's probably an extra 100, 200 kilos more than a Club Sport, but I gotta say, you know, it feels a little bit bigger, but still, going through the twisties out here, rowing gears, listening to that exhaust, man, it is good. And the fact, again, you know, you got all that room in the back to load up, go for a weekend. Yeah, it's special. And when you come around this real tight hairpin here, you know, for a big wagon like this, rear wheel drive, You know, the brakes work well too. You know, you got big HSV brakes up front. The steering, it is a little bit light. I wish it was a little bit firmer, but you know, there's not much vagueness in it. You just have a really nice feel of that throttle through the pedal. It's nice, you know, it's easy to heel toe in this thing. This is really like the epitome, I feel like, of just a killer GT car here in Australia, because you got all that room behind you, and this is a big car, but that V8 up front, the noise, just when you get it in a straight line especially, you know, you can really open this thing up, and the smiles just, they don't stop coming. And this is the thing, guys, because, you know, here in Australia, you know, they were only selling these things to us and the Kiwis, and it's such a shame because, you know, the RS6 has just got so much legendary fame for being such a cool sports wagon, and, you know, there is also the C63 that was in wagon form, amazing, and I think this really is right up there. You know, this thing, if it had have gotten the attention, the spotlight that it deserved, you know, I think HSV still should have been in production today. Yep, it'll move. And again, just, yeah, the brakes are good, heel toe is easy, throttle feels really nice, and it just keeps pulling, you know. It's just a nice driving car. It's nothing insane that's just, you know, scaring you, and it just really, you feel in control in this thing. It's got a good sound. Everything you got to touch is in the right places here, and just, it feels comfortable to drive. Yeah, it's just a real, just like it's called, tourer. You know, it's the Grand Tour. It's a GT, and yeah, it's really nice. Now, guys, if you are enjoying this type of content, please make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell notification so you do get updated on all my weekly uploads. We're uploading 2 times a week, and we got a lot of cool content just like this wagon on the way. So yeah, subscribe, guys, and let's see what this thing will do 0 to 100. Put it in competition mode. Hard on the gas, hard on the clutch, hard on the gas. It should say launch control activated, and then send it. Yep, that'll do it. It's probably wasn't a perfect launch for my part, but again, you know, getting used to this thing. It's got mods on it. Yeah, hit 100 in second there, I believe. So let's have a look at the time. Now, 0 to 100, guys, was done there in 5.8 seconds, and I'll be the first to admit, wasn't probably the best launch I could have given it, but yeah, you know, it's struggling for traction. We're pushing 475 wheel. This thing weighs nearly 2 tons, and yeah, it is a big wagon tourer. And the fact that you can still do that with launch control in a manual, you know, it's just too much fun. And I reckon if you're at the track with, you know, good tires at the back, had a perfect launch, you know, you would really be getting close to that 5-second mark, 100%. Yep, that's it. This is just, like it says in the name, just an epic tourer. And, you know, with all the subtle mods he's done to this thing, the exhaust note, just the cam, the tune, it still just works so well. And it is just a joy to drive this thing. Now I'm going to finish the video off here today, guys. So look, a huge thanks to the owner for bringing down his E3 HSV Club Sport Tourer R8 manual wagon, because the name might be quite long here, but this thing, man, it is a beast. It's in manual form with the mods he has on this car. It's just a joy to drive, an epic tourer, like it says, and yeah, I love this thing. They're rare, they're cool. If you can get one, buy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here, and we will see you on that next video.